All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Today, we want to be taking a look at the GALA price chart and try to see actually, number one, are we bullish immediate short term and long term? How high can this thing actually go? So I've done some digging and I want to share what I got with you. But before we start, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm in understanding that yes, this video may be short, but it's still something that is very much relevant to the community. And also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I do TA on GALA and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. But let me not run my mouth too much here and get straight into it. And we want to start here with this amazing Wyckoff accumulation pattern that we have. I have put a schematic on top right there, and we're seeing that we have a basic representation of that also on the price chart. Now, naturally speaking, Wyckoff accumulation patterns are very bullish because they happen to send the price right. It means you're accumulating the price on the flows, just like what we were doing about 3 weeks ago. I was announcing, some trade alerts here on GALA in my private Discord group via Patreon. That is very clear that we are in a moment like this one where we call a spring moment, and this you usually expect the price to keep pushing towards the upside. So with this, we can push it out of the picture and we can try to focus on our chart. I think you have a great understanding of what's happening right there. I'm anticipating the GALA price to push towards the upper range here in a move that's from where the price is sitting right now. I think you'd be anticipating somewhere of around a 200%. Yeah, when we started talking about GALA, we were very much close to the lows and we were anticipating about a 300%. But obviously, as the price has been creeping up slowly but surely towards the upside, those gains are, getting lower and lower. Up until this point, I'm only mentioning what can happen immediate short term, right? Just getting back to the top of the range. But that is actually not the end of Wyckoff accumulation patterns, because usually what you see is when you get back to the top right there, right, you have somewhat of a back test, so kind of working around that area before you even go for another one. And this actually had me thinking earlier this morning that, okay, so if this kind of a thing eventually plays out here for GALA, how high can the price literally go? I did a little bit of digging and eventually found out that, look, the vesting for GALA pretty much is done. 100% is in circulation right now. At least 100% is unlocked. There are some, tokens which are going to be unlocked through rewards and stuff like that. But those are going to be unlocks which have to do with contribution to the network and stuff like that. But for now, there are no early investors which are going to be dumping on the token. And with the bullish market, as we are seeing here with the Bitcoin price, be rest assured that GALA is also just going to be doing even much better than Bitcoin. Up until this point, this has not been the case, but something also just recently changed over the last week, which I talked about a little bit actually when I mentioned the Bitcoin dominance. That, look, if we take a look at this thing is broken structure, and what basically means is that capital is actually going to be favoring much more altcoins. So GALA happens to be an altcoin, and it's poised to outperform Bitcoin, right? So let's get back to the question, how high can GALA actually go? What I was doing also in my research was to try and see, is there any difference between what the market cap of GALA represents versus what the price chart actually represents? Because, these are looking like two very different things, right? You may actually be asking what is causing that, but it's very simple. Remember those unlocks that I've been talking about? Obviously, they push the price down, but the market cap also grows because there are more tokens getting into the circulating supply, right? However, a price goes to the downside. So this is why you see this price action beaten very much like this when the market cap actually is looking way much better. So in our price prediction, I'm going to be looking at this market cap rather than the price because the market cap seems much more reliable. And then we'll connect obviously to the price and see what we want to see right there. So take a look at this pattern that we have on the GALA market cap. It definitely looks like a bullish pennant in here. And usually those things, as you can see, they are now squeezing the price towards an apex, right? You usually see a break out of this whole thing. So this also is just confirming that on top of the Wyckoff accumulation pattern that we have on the price, we also have got this amazing pattern. And taking a look at how high this thing can go, we usually want to measure like at the thickest part of this whole thing. But because this chart is on a log scale, it's showing that GALA can actually go ahead and do 100x. But obviously, I'm taking that with a very big grain of salt. I don't believe it because right now the market cap is at $1 billion. So you would need $100 billion in terms of the market cap to get there. Yeah, it's something that can happen over a very long time. Maybe you're talking about 15 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be. I'm personally talking about something that can be achieved in the next, year or something like that. Another problem that we have with that is if we move it like this, because we're on a log scale, the numbers totally change. So what we want to make use of here are the Fibonacci extension tools from the very top until the bottom, and you can see the full Fibonacci extension right here. Again, very simple. From where the price is sitting, the market cap of GALA is sitting until the very top. You're looking at, I would say, 25x from where the price is sitting right at this point. I was just curious to see what kind of altcoins do we have which are around $25 billion. So we have Cardano and Tron, which is number 9 and number 10. Can Gala become a top 10 altcoin in the future? I think it's possible. But I also think that, you know what, maybe that's something that is way high up there. But my approach is actually way much more conservative, because I really don't need to wait for the 25x to happen. I think we can make money even with the 10x and stuff like that. So I'm going to be cutting down that price target there and going to be referring to the price here. Take a look at where are the possible areas of rejection. So initially, we have got a rejection right around, I would say, 20 cents here for Gala. That is the first Fibonacci retracement level, and I think it's a good take profit area. It may not be as big as a 25x for a lot of people, but for me, I think that's also good. I mean, from where the price is sitting, that's around an 8x. Tell me which other market you can get an 8x from. Probably none, right? The next one is also another Fibonacci retracement level, and that is right around 32 cents here for Gala. And I think at this point, the best price target obviously comes from that market cap there, which is like in this situation, the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, which also is something that is very, very possible. I mean, technically speaking, it's possible, but that will be right around 50 cents. If it does 50 cents, that's really, really good, but I don't think it's something that can happen like very quickly. If it happens, I'm glad to be wrong and I'm glad to be rich. But for now, I'm personally looking at 20 cents as like a good initial profit taking for me, and also maybe take some right around 30 cents if that comes. 50 cents is also on the cards, but I put it on the much more unlikelier, a part of the equation. But before I go, let me show you this amazing activity that our partners over there at LBank, the exchange, are doing. If you just go ahead and register with them with the link that I've put in the description box, make sure that you put the referral code right there for your entry to be valid. You can win a Rolex and an iPhone 16 Pro Max just by trading as little as $5. I think is really, really good. And of course, they have got this amazing welcome bonus that they do, that if you happen to deposit, let's say, $100, $500, whatever the case may be, you're going to be getting almost a 50%, bonus that you can trade, and you can make money out of that. As I say time and again, this is more like a gift that keeps giving, because if you, let's say, deposit $1,000, you get 415 in trading bonus. You trade the 450, just made money out of thin air. Of course, you have to take the right trades. So go ahead and take a look at the rules in the explanation. Everything is very much explained there. And if you're looking for a successful trading group, feel free to join ours. We took this Gala trade right there. We're still holding it, because we're not just talking about these things, but we're literally putting our money exactly where our mouth is. And it's looking quite safe right now, up almost 4x. Yesterday it was actually above 400%. So it's going to be good as we keep pushing towards the upside. So the link is also in the description. You join via Patreon. In Patreon, it's going to tell you that it's $100 per month, but actually that is not the case. It's $100 per year. So you only pay once, and then you're good to go for the rest of the year. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family. I'll see you in the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.